Greetings, Aquarius. How are you out there?
Hey, how you doing?
We are working on twin flame readings for all the signs. We're finishing up the last of them today, and I'm having so much fun with my doo-doo. We are going to start as we normally do with folks. We're going to have Rob pull a 5 to see what are we working on the as below piece, those minor arcanas. What's something we in the Aquarius, I have no Aquarius in my chart, but something that our Aquarians out there might be paying heed to or working on. And we know the 5s are hard work. So,
you ready?
Yes.
Set, go.
Okay, we've got the air up there for Aquarius.
5 of Swords.
All right, so we're right here, Aquarius. It can also mean, listen, we've been through a recent battle. We may have won the battle, and we may be like, what's next? What's next? And since we're doing twin flame readings this week, we can figure that out. If you have a twin flame, if you want a twin flame, if you're not even thinking about love, we like to acknowledge that too. We are just giving Spirit the opportunity to talk to those folk out there about really whatever's on their mind, I guess, with their 5s. That'd be the case. Oh, we've got the star upside down.
Yeah.
So when the star is in reverse, we know that you're not thinking about at the moment reaching for anything that's really high or hard to get, because the star is known as like the hardest thing to get after. Okay, so we've got an Aquarius that's been through a battle, and maybe you're not reaching for anything right now because you're in recovery mode. Let's find out here. All right. And I am back to working with these. Something told me to work with these again. So for Aquarius, can we get a little bit of clarification here? Why is Aquarius not reaching for their star? For Aquarius, why are we not reaching? Oh, goodness. What? Oh, there we go. It wants to tell us the whole story, but I'm going to just take the first. All right, we have a Queen of Wands. Okay, somebody that wanted maybe to manifest something, but if they're not reaching for a star, then that tells me, well, actually it doesn't tell me anything until I get there. Spirit is insisting that I take like you in a bunch. Okay, I see. So, Queen of Wands, you've completed a cycle. You've got the World here. You're juggling in your emotions right now, back and forth in emotions. So when I look at this as a whole story together, the reason you're not thinking of a new something or getting out there and being like, I am going to grab this by the horns, we say, is because you've lost something, right? You've been through a recent battle. Typically, this guy has the swords, he's the winner, but anytime in a battle, even if you are the victor on one side, there's still a loss of something, right? And so we've got somebody here who would otherwise be in manifestation mode, but right now they are juggling in emotions. So that's 2 of the 5s on the board. So we've got somebody that's been through a battle, may have won the battle, but they feel like they're looking at what they lost here. That's important, right? You're looking at what was lost to you in the battle. So this is a wizened person. By the time you're our age, you realize I can win a battle and still lose a lot. Spirit is saying to you, but guess what? There's still 2 cups full behind you, okay? So I'm going to ask Spirit to give us through the twin flaming card here for Aquarius. A little more clarification on the Queen of Wands. Do you think the Queen of Wands are the World? Actually, I want to ask Spirit why the Queen of Wands, what it is that you closed out cycle-wise that has you knowing you've lost some things, and that it's got you going back and forth in your emotions. Tell us about this Queen of Wands in the World, please, Spirit, for Aquarius. Okay. Judgment. Okay. But it came to me in the reverse. I've only set it to do this. Typically, if judgment were in the upright, it would mean that you were awakening, reckoning, reflecting, and returning to something. But you, of course, have closed out a cycle. So judgment's done. Okay, Queen of Wands, judgment's over. Time for casting, judgment is over. It says the Four of Swords. You are indeed taking a break. You're relaxing. You want peace. You are trying to do self-reflection and resting. That would explain why you are not about to go after anything new. Whatever battle it is that you won still has you juggling in emotions, and you're really trying very, very, very hard to rest with this. You're done with the judgment piece. You know you've closed that cycle out, and now you're trying to get to the resting piece. Okay. Okay. We understand that, Aquarius. We do. We understand that. Okay. All right. So can we go ahead and, I'm going to pull a little bit of Kipperish. I feel like sometimes I do my order in reverse, but before I went and did that this time, I'm going to pull a little bit of Kipperish, and I always have to do this in halves, to see if there's anything else Spirit wants us to see about you, or wants you to see about you, really, more so than us, okay? We're just the ones, talking about what comes out for you here. All right, for Aquarius, please. This Queen of Wands. Oh, goodness. Right away. Oh, my goodness. We're so sorry. We're very sorry. Somebody here was abused, babe. They won the battle, but they experienced some abuse. Anything else? This is your back and forth piece right here. You're still confused. You're back and forth in emotion. You're probably trying to figure out why. Why did it come to this? But your ancestors are with you, and they're protecting you. They're guiding you. And you will be moving on. Okay? Wow.
Wow.
They're being straight up about it.
Yeah,
Yes.
right off the bat.
They're asking you to remember that you can see behind the veil. Okay? I almost feel like this Aquarius is a step away from being in hermit mode. Going within and starting to see that they know to see behind the veil. Oh, thank you, baby. So, yep, the relationship is in the crossway, meaning that energy of the relationship. I'm guessing the former relationship is still there. It came out cross or sideways, meaning you're not currently actively in it for the moment. Anything else for Aquarius from this? Oh. Was she a rich girl? Or are you a rich girl now? This could be a rich Aquarius girl in the aftermath. You could be a rich girl now. Okay, here's something else. This was somebody you knew in your occupation, because this is also crossing the relationship. So somebody was with somebody that they worked with somebody here. Okay? Tells me to helps us sometimes narrow down exactly which Aquarius Spirit wants to hear this message. Okay, that's it for the Kipperish, and then I'm going to go ahead. We're talking to an Aquarius that used to work with somebody, probably somebody that's, you were either the wealthy girl or they were the wealthy girl in the relationship. Whoever this is, Spirit is reminding you that you do see beyond the veil. I feel like this person is about to be in the Hierophant, or just like really, really, really starting to go within. So this person is experiencing some back and forth still currently due to confusion and illusion and some abuse that was occurring in the relationship, but your ancestors are with you. They're looking out for you, and you are moving on. So in time, you're going to be moving on. So from all of this, okay?
Keep moving forward.
Keep holding on, keep moving on. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and get you some what we call sacred woundings cards. This is going to give us hopefully a couple of insights and helps and tips on what you can be working on to help heal, okay? All right, for Aquarius, please, Spirit. Oh, right off. Oh my goodness. You need to address some religious trauma. That is very interesting. So makes me wonder if some of the abuse that they feel they experienced was related to religion. Let's see. Will show up as feelings of guilt, shame, or fear linked to past religious experiences, often causing distrust of spirituality or disconnection from faith. It can leave you weary of devotion, associating faith with punishment rather than comfort, guidance, or a sense of safety and belonging. This can make spiritual connection feel unsafe or conditional. Were you dating somebody that was throwing the book at you? We're sorry. Anything else for this Aquarius? Oh, yep, there's one more. Needing to heal a loneliness wound. What did I say? I said this is somebody that is very much ready to go into hermit mode. So if you go within and it looks like you're already still going back and forth on your emotions, Aquarius, they want you to heal the loneliness wound, which says will show up as deep feelings of isolation, disconnection, or longing for meaningful relationships. It may manifest as difficulty forming or maintaining connections, fear of rejections, or a sense of being unseen or unheard, often stemming from unmet emotional needs in the past, on comparison rather than self-acceptance. So again, I have to say these two are often interlinked with this, for sure. You may have been in a relationship with a female that was, my way or the highway when it comes to religion, leaving you and your emotions, feeling like I'm lonely, I'm unheard, and I feel isolated from the world. So that's very common for those three to be very interconnected. Gosh, I hope that gets better for whoever this Aquarius is. I really do. The next thing we're going to pull out for you, not because we want to be all doom and gloom, we never know how a reading's going to turn out, Aquarius, is we want to show you the Illuminati cards. The Illuminati cards we're going to be fluxing into every reading, whether it's a love-based reading or just a generic, hey, this is a weekly reading. We're doing this because we're very aware of our world rapidly changing. Some of it's for the better, we understand, but a lot of it that we're seeing out there is very scary for people. And so we're hoping that Spirit can help each of our collectives and Stace and I, as we're at it. Like Stace and I have seen cards in here that we're going, yeah, we need to start growing our own garden. Yeah, let's get some solar panels. Let's start being prepared and looking to see what we can do just in case, okay? All right, for Aquarius, can you give us, please, an Illuminati card for our Aquarius collective to be aware of? Yes, it's what you don't see. Supply chain meltdown, okay? A global supply chain collapse is underway, but within chaos lies opportunity. This is a time to reestablish local networks. Barter and trade. Learn how to barter and trade. Native, yes. Reconnect with your community and focus on self-sufficiency. That's what I literally just said about us. Like we love these cards because we're like, oh, it's showing us so many different things that we can do. So, all right. So be aware of that. And I mean, like I said, Rob and I are like, ooh, starting this summer, we're going to start growing our own veggies, our own foods. We're already talking about what about solar fluxing and in case the power grid goes down, things like that. So it's cool that you guys helped kind of just bring that right out. I love that. All right, Stace, do you want to get them an oracle of some kind.
Yes.
How are you feeling for this?
Before anything we do that, I want to introduce our new guardian that we brought, and you'll see him. I'll move him around, but we brought Steppen,
Yep, this is our stepping wolf.
and he's our guardian now.
Yeah.
And I just, I love werewolves and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I wanted to introduce you guys to Steppen.
Yep, I love stepping.
But
stepping
back
wolf
to
right here.
back.
How are you feeling? Oh.
I'm feeling this.
Okay, well, this definitely tells you why stepping is so important in our energy. Rob loves to read horror. And so it never fails. These horror cards somehow or another do in fact end up making the reading complete. So I was very, let's just say doubtful. I'm like, wait, that was a total love read. Why do you grab it? But I do notice that anytime he feels like somebody's in struggle or he doesn't particularly like an energy or how somebody's been treated, I notice he will go right after the horror. And he always ends up being right. There always ends up being great info on whatever he ends up pulling. So it's one of those things that you learn to trust the process as you go along.
Yep. All right. Okay, here we go.
Is this ferocity or fertility?
Fertility.
Fertility. I have never heard of this as a horror movie. That's
Okay.
interesting.
Okay.
Fertility. All right. I was very close again.
Very different.
I was right. Yeah, I'm closing in on him, whether he realizes it or not. We really have this very strong connection that I'm like, oh, he's gonna go somewhere around in here. So it's the Wicker Man. Okay. Oh, the original Wicker Man,
Yes,
babe. Okay.
yes.
Please come say how do. Self-righteousness can lead us down a path largely of our own making that can be personally disastrous. Remaining open to cultural and spiritual differences. Remember, this person has some religious trauma that has closed them down. Creates the possibility of understanding and connection with others and can help avoid outcomes rooted in foolish judgments. Rituals, be they personal or social, may be productive in ways not imminently apparent. And he pulled this for you in the upright. The cool thing about these cards is that he could have pulled it in the downright and it would have been something else. But in the upright it says, the energy is coming to you. Stay open to new ideas. Oh, see, he somehow has it. And he's spot on. We were talking about you got wounded and you were experiencing abuse in religious kind of ways. And so you've also been juggling back and forth with the emotions, and Spirit is literally saying, hey, stay open because something new, the energy is coming to you. Who knows, maybe this will be the first reading that they ever see and realize that we just landed right on them and that Spirit is talking to them and that they are divine. So, all right, that's awesome. Do you want to roll some die for them, babe?
Yes, I do. I certainly will. All right.
I feel like with them being the Queen of Wands, babe, they're going to, and you could easily be masculine and still pull a Queen of Wands. I just feel like they will start manifesting again. Okay. This was somebody either born in 1970 or 1972, possibly in between those years. So between 70 and 72. Or you're resonating with the number 7 or the number 2, or you're resonating with double zeros. You also got this new lovely roll dice. You're the second sign to get this. Cap got it first. For yoga, this says to meditate. You might want to meditate outside when the weather gets warm for you, depending on where this reaches you at. I know for us, we're just now stepping into spring, but our spring still feels kind of wintry. where we're at, but you know, when it gets warm for you in your part of the world, you may want to do that. All right, we've got Jupiter, expansion and prosperity. Okay, so the energy is coming for you. That's awesome. And then we also got, oh, it's their sign. This is an Aquarius that we are in fact talking to. So somebody out there with Aquarius energy needs to do some meditating. You might have been born between 1970, or actually even they could be a 007. Do you like Bond by any chance? Who knows? But we think you might have been born between 70 and 72. But if any of those other numbers resonate and mean something to you, that would make sense to us. Okay, do you want to pull some Trinky Charms, babe?
Yeah.
All right,
Something
Stace.
I'll
Was
grab.
I calling you the old name?
No.
Nope. Okay, I have been calling him Stace. I'm trying to relearn his tribal name because we've been asked for him to start really honoring his tribal heritage. Oh, okay, this is cool. So here we've got a moon, and it's just a quarter moon, but it is in the upright, so I'm not sure. We've got quarter moon. I mean, I think actually, let me hear that I'm hearing this right. So it's a quarter moon now. Your energy is at about a quarter. That will change, okay? It'll eventually become a full moon. That's what I'm being asked to say to you, okay? That energy's coming. We have an R in reverse and upside down, so I don't know if your person had an R in their name somewhere. We also have an O. That was in the upright. Maybe you have an O in your name, or your name starts with an O. I don't know. And then we also have a P in the reverse and the upside down. So again, might be somebody that you're connecting with, or it was in the reverse for you. The wine glasses are in the reverse and upside down. We aren't celebrating at this time. And actually, these wine glasses have hearts on them, showing me there's none of that for you right now, for sure, whoever this is we're talking to. You do connect with water signs. There's an octopus, but also, I always forget to say this whenever I see this octopus. The fact that they have like 8 tentacles and we know that they can go all over the place and everywhere. Remember, Spirit is telling you that energy is coming back to you. Start reaching out into your community, and you know, as you come back online and you're done with the emotions, it's okay to reach out, explore, okay?
Yeah.
And then again, the heart is in the, you're just not, it's not there for you right now. The love thing is just not for you. It's on the sideways and upside down, and you're like, I've headed away from that, and you're trying not to juggle back and forth. We get that. All right, Aquarius, we do hope that this was very helpful for you. Thank you, my love. And we hope that you start doing some meditating, and that things get better for you very soon.
See you
Much
later.
love.
Bye.
Bye.